Tina, welcome back to my channel. Today is the last day of my week of wrap-ups, and it's been more than a week. It happens. Today is the 8th wrap-ups, kind of catch me up for me to catch you up on what I've been reading these last 3-4 months. It's been a lot. But all of the books today are ebooks, which Kobo, and audiobooks. So 2 of them are audiobooks and the other 3 are ebooks. The ebooks I have a lot to say about, so I'm gonna do those last. The first book that I want to talk about is The Mistletoe Inn by Richard Paul Evans. This is the second book of the Mistletoe Companion series that I've been reading through. I really enjoyed it. I gave this one a 4 out of 5 stars. It follows our main character who goes to a writing retreat for romance writers, and it's actually pretty interesting. That's all really I'm gonna say because it was fun. It was a fun read. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I liked The Mistletoe Promise a little bit more, and the last technically book that I've read of this, which I'm still currently reading as of filming this, I only have half an hour left of it, so I will finish it either tonight or tomorrow morning. I already know what I'm gonna rate it, and that is The Mistletoe Secret, which I give 5 out of 5 stars, also by Richard Paul Evans. This Mistletoe Companion series was adorable and just fun, fluffy, kind of Christmas reads. I might reread them around Christmas time. I haven't decided yet. We'll see when Christmas gets here. Now, for the last 3 books of this Catch Me Up wrap-up, they were something. They were something. They were something. So it is a trilogy of books. They're not companion. It's a trilogy of books. It is the With You series by Kaylee Ryan. The first book is Anywhere With You, the second is More With You, and the third is Everything With You. And they follow the same characters throughout each book. The first book follows the first two characters, Allison and Liam. That's his names. I just read these. It follows Allison and Liam and their POVs. The second book follows the second set of main characters of the series, which is Allison and Liam's brother and sister. Basically, it's Allison's, for all intents and purposes, brother, her kind of sort of adopted brother. It's a long story, but it follows him, Aiden, and also Liam's sister Haley, and then the third book follows all 4 of them. I gave each of these books a 3 out of 5 stars, but it's a very low 3 out of 5 stars. The way I rate things is I rate mostly on enjoyment and emotions out of things. I don't rate too heavy on the actual writing of the book. However, these books aren't written well. I had issues with these books, and it's more than just writing issues. There's writing issues with all 3 of these. There's typos galore in all of them. They are written by an independent author. They just, they were really addicting, which is why I gave it 3 out of 5 stars on all of them. I was actually really engrossed with the characters, and I wanted to know more about the characters, and I really liked falling in love with the characters, and the premise of this story, of this trilogy, was really good. I just wish it was fleshed out a little bit better, fleshed out a little more, but it is what it is. There are a few things that I had very specific issues with that aren't really spoilers. No, actually they're not spoilers pretty much at all. In the first book, the 4 of them get tattoos, and then in the same sentence they get into a hot tub. You can't do that. Now, 2 of them have had previous tattoos, so I can understand the ignorance of one character, not knowing that you can't get into chlorinated water until your tattoo heals, but the ignorance of 4 characters, 2 of which who have gotten tattoos before, who went to an actual tattoo parlor where I'm sure they told them the rules of how to properly clean a tattoo, not understanding this and getting into a hot tub. It really bothered me. Really bothered me. Like, there's so much continuity errors with all 3 of these books. It's just, there's so many errors. But I didn't want to give the books 2 stars because for me a 2-star rating is I hated it, and I didn't hate it. I just had issues with it. So that is why I gave them all 3 stars. The second book, it's the same deal with all of them. The first book follows Allison and Liam and their pretty much entire relationship. They get together pretty much right off the bat, and it just follows their relationship. There's not a lot of drama. There's a little bit of drama towards the end, but for the most part, it's just a straightforward contemporary book. They are college aged, so that was nice. The second book follows Haley and Aiden, and they do have struggles. They struggle with their feelings for each other, and it does take them a while to get into relationship form. The third book follows all four of them and is super rushed, super convenient. It's very convenient, and continuity sucks. So a thing with the second one that I really had an issue with, which I put in my Goodreads review, seems like it might be super minor, and I'm probably making too big of a deal of it because it really isn't that big of a deal, but in the book, she has that Aiden's going through his music and he comes across the new Avril Lavigne song, Rock and Roll, specifically mentions rock and roll and how it's the girl's new favorite song. All right, cool. Later in the book, he mentions the rock and roll song and how they're in love with the line, "I'm the mother effing princess," which is not in that song. I didn't figure it out right away. It took me all night to really think of it, but I know old Avril Lavigne music. I don't know the rock and roll song, but I know that line. I immediately started singing her song Girlfriend in my head from that line, not realizing that that is the actual song that that line is from. Like, just do your research. Like, either change the name of the song to be the proper name of the song, or don't put the lyric, or don't put the song. Like, is easy fix. Just say that they're obsessed with the new Avril Lavigne song. You don't gotta put what the name of the song is if you're putting the lyric. It drove me crazy. It's still driving me crazy, but it is what it is. I enjoyed the story. And the third book, the biggest thing that like really pet peeved me, other than the super convenience and the obvious no continuity in it, like, first of all, one of the characters becomes a nurse, so she's finishing school. However, in February, she's moving in with, she's moving to a different like location and moving into the house with her boyfriend, and it's February. School isn't over yet. Continuity. But the thing that I didn't like the most was at the end of the book, there's a scene where, I guess this is kind of spoilery, so I won't go into details, but there's a scene where the girls are talking and Haley asks Allison how it went with Liam, and Allison tells her, oh, this, and this happened, which is complete contrast and lies to what the author wrote at the beginning of the book. The beginning of the book, there was the same scene that they're talking about played out completely differently. Like, the continuity from the same book just blows my mind. Like, why don't you remember what you had them do at the beginning of the book when they're talking about it at the end of the book? Continuity. It's a thing that needs to happen. The other major thing that that really bugged me with this trilogy is that it feels like the author copied and pasted certain aspects from the first book into the second book, but just changed some of the dialogue and changed some of the mannerisms around a little bit, but they were very, very similar. And then the same in the fourth book, between each POV, it was similar things happening. It would have been fine had it been fleshed out a little more. The writing was a mess, but I really enjoyed the story. So yeah, that is it for my week of wrap-ups. I'm caught up on a wrap-up of books for now. I've been going through books like candy the last 2 months. Hopefully that'll continue because it's been a whirlwind, but that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more content. Again, thank you for watching, and I hope you guys are having a fantastic day, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.